Virgo, 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 Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Welcome to Darkest Dawn Tarot. I'm Chelsea, and I am back with a reading for you for whenever you find this. So, because I've taken such a hiatus, I figure we should just jump right into it. Been so long, the seasons have changed. So let's just get right into it. I'm going to do my usual past, present, and future energies for you. And then I'm going to add an additional card for a challenge aspect to the reading to see what challenges you're going through at the time, what energies are, you know, a bit of an issue or things you need to navigate through. So I've already shuffled these, so let's just get onto this. All right, a couple cards, please, for past energies. And okay. So we've got the High Priestess coming out sideways for your past energies. Your current energies, oh, look, there you are. This is lovely. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Hermit, that's you, and the Seven of Cups. So though it's 3, I'm going to put that all in your current energies. And then future energies, please, for Virgo. Knight of Pentacles wanted to... There we go. Hanged Man. Okay, so we had a couple flippers, but that's all right. I will look at them at some point, but that's the Hangman there in your future energies. And what's the challenge? Oh, 8 of Pentacles is your challenge. Okay, so some of you might be working a bit too hard, and we've got the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So that's the energy that you're drawing from, that Ace of Cups. So you're in a very loving place, Virgo, but you're questioning your intuition with this High Priestess sideways. It's not quite upright, not quite reverse. So there's sort of a balancing act going on between the two versions of that card. That's how I read sideways cards. Not all readers do, but I do. And yeah, and I can see that very much with your work at the moment, being work and where you're focusing your energy in your challenge area, because the 8 of Pentacles is a very diligent card, very much about, it's almost like a hyper-focus card. It's putting all your energy into one thing to master something, and repeated. So there is an element of repetition with this card, because as you can see, he is creating the same thing, all 8 Pentacles, over and over and over again in order to master it. So that can work in two ways. And when when it's in your challenge, it feels to me like maybe almost the definition of insanity. You know, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And especially if your past energy is sort of this limbo of intuition. And that very much to me, and I've been in this energy, this past energy that you were in before, which is why I'm speaking to it, because this is what I'm feeling, where you're kind of not certain what's your intuition and what is fear, for lack of a better way of explaining it. How did I explain this to someone at some point? Because I went through something similar this past spring, where you're finding it hard to discern your intuition from anything else, and so your gut instinct isn't coming through as loudly or as predominant as it used to, as you're used to. It's kind of in this like in between state where you're going, okay, were these just my fears taking over? But then thoughts become things, so you stop yourself in that, and so you're very much questioning what's real and what's not in terms of your intuition. But I like that we get some clarity here in your current energies with this Ace of Swords, the Hermit, and the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is very much a choice card, and it's daydreamy, it's illusion. So some of that past High Priestess energy is still seeping in, which is natural. But what you've decided to do is sit in your power around it. So the confusion that was being presented with this High Priestess sideways for you, whatever was causing a little bit of maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, depending on you, whatever was causing this it's not instability, it's uncertainty. The clarity's come through, but the clarity seems to be going back to yourself. If you can't trust your faith, if you can't trust the spiritual, if you can't trust your intuition and the universe, not because you can't trust it, but because you don't know how to discern it. It's almost like there's a filter over your downloads, is the best way I can explain this past energies. And you're aware of the filter, which is what's creating that uncertainty. Your next resort is to then move into your power, what you know of yourself, and sit in there. So that could be reverting back to, past patterns of behavior and so on, or just a standard way of doing things. And with the Eight of Pentacles being your challenge, it's like, let's just do what I know. That's what that feels like. Let's just do what I know, stay in my comfort zone, because the next move ahead is a little you're apprehensive about it because you don't know. But yet you have this ace. You've got two aces. So you know that there's a new beginning that is available for you. You're very aware of that much. But the moves you need to make in order to achieve or to capitalize on that new beginning energy hasn't made itself clear yet, especially with this Seven of Cups, that dreamy, wishy energy. So you're just, like I said, sitting in your comfort zone, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, so please don't misunderstand me. Sitting in your power is actually a great place to be. Retreating back to yourself in a level of when you feel confused by opportunities or situations being presented to you, then yes, it does make sense. But what did I say about like kind of that Groundhog Day energy going on here? So it might be time, with this being your challenge, sitting in that comfort zone because of this Seven of Cups confusion, it might be time to start, breaking free, and maybe just picking any direction. I said might, and I meant might, emphasis on might, because at the moment in your future energies, you have the Hanged Man. And what that's telling me is, especially going from the High Priestess to the Hanged Man, as well as the Hermit energy, which is you, as I've mentioned numerous times now, but the Hermit energy goes within to find wisdom. But there comes a point where he has to pull himself out of hermit mode. I don't quite think that time is now just yet for you. And when I say now, I mean currently and moving forward. I will clarify all this, but this Hangman is encouraging you in the future to, yes, move through your hermit mode, your comfort zone, for the purpose of finding a new perspective. And that might be why in the past your intuition was a little uncertain. Okay, I'm going to grab some clarifiers now, and we'll unpack this a little bit more. Which ones do I want to use? Not you. Definitely not you. You. Just these ones. All right. So funny how, sometimes, and that's very much exactly my point, is like, I knew what I shouldn't do. I shouldn't grab these cards. These cards are not what I need right now. But I was, which ones, That's very indicative of the energy that it feels like you're experiencing right now, Virgo. So, and with that Taurus full moon that happened, that's an earth sign moon, and some of you might have significant Taurus in your chart, but since we are in Scorpio season, it does make sense that there is a level of transformation happening within you and within your life, and not knowing where to place your next step is very likely the case. Like this delusion confusion thing with it's funny because it is contradictory, because the Ace of Swords is clarity, but at the same time that clarity could simply be knowing what's true to you. the confusion could be how to achieve it, right? Like how to follow through with it. Like you might know what your truth is and where you want to be, but the steps to get from where you are to where you want to be, point A to point B, aren't as apparent right now. Okay, let's clarify that High Priestess, please. Clarify the High Priestess for Virgo. I mean, overall, this is a really great read. It's demonstrating a transitional point in your life. And I do like that Hangman in your future energies because it means the contemplation and the insight is coming. So the downloads will get stronger for the new perspective. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying the High Priestess. Anything else? Thank you. Knight of Swords. Yeah, okay. So this is feeling really work related. Let's get clarification. Yeah, thank you. Four of Cups sideways. Yeah. Anything else? Clarify present energies. Thank you. Temperance. Yeah, patience. Patience seems to be the overall the overarching theme right now, but I will explore the nuances of it. The Hangman, please. Clarify the Hangman. Knight of Cups. Anything else? Thank you. Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups. All right. And let's clarify that challenge. What's that? Oh, thank you. 10 of Coins. Okay. So we go from the 8 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. Now this is, yeah, this is work related and 7 of Wands. Yeah, and that's in your challenge. And then I've got the Page of Coins at the bottom of the deck. So this is a very earthly reading. Though there is a lot of swords and cups on the table, I feel the overarching energy is Pentacles. And don't ask me where I'm getting that from. That's just my intuition. So with the 10 of Coins and the 7 of Wands clarifying the 8 of Pentacles here in your challenge area, there is a feeling stuck energy in, like I said, an old way of doing things, like a Groundhog Day thing. And it's giving me this energy of like I can just hear you saying, I work really hard. I put my all into it. I do everything I can. I show up. I'm there when I need to be. I'm busting my ass and I'm not getting anywhere. I'm not making progress. That's what it feels like. It feels like the reason why this is your challenge is because it's just like I'm firm in my belief, I'm firm in my work ethic, I'm firm in this, I'm firm in, where I'm putting my time and energy and how I'm applying that to daily life. And like I said, this could be job related, or this could be, work in a relationship. Like I'm doing all the things. I'm being the best partner I possibly can be. And yet I feel like I'm going nowhere. I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. I feel like every day is the same and nothing changes and I'm not making progress. So that's where the challenge comes in. And with the 7 of Wands being in that challenge area, I feel that, and especially with the Hangman in your outcome here, I feel like that's the universe's way of telling you that, like I said, the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. You need a new perspective, therefore a new approach. If you gain a new perspective, you will have a new approach and you will achieve that thing. But with the 7 of Wands, that's just confirming your stubbornness, which, no judgment here. Don't shoot the messenger. We all get stubborn at times, even mutable signs, not just us fixed signs. We get stubborn and you are a mutable sign. But with the High Priestess here and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, and then the King, the Knight of Swords here, there's a message coming through that I feel like a truth or whatever, which is probably how this Ace of Swords then, amped up and came through. But it's a personal one. It's one it was trying to come through the high priestess. It was coming through in blips. It's like it feels like you've got bad cell reception in the past, you know? Like that's a good way to explain the energy that I'm feeling. And this Queen of Coins is, in this particular situation, I'm feeling that it's more of a just confused as to where to tangibly place this fragmented message that was coming through for you. And you want to believe the truth in one way, but it had to, how I see this is the infant energy. This is the mature energy. It finally grew up. You finally moved into a proper place of cell reception, you know, where you could hear the message clearly. But in the in-between, you're unfortunately having to sit and look within to find the inner truth, find your inner victory, because you couldn't hear what was trying to be downloaded. I hope I'm making sense with this. And in the present, because you're having to sit in the truth, because you're looking for answers over here, the answers are coming in fragments. You decide you have no choice because you don't want to keep with this insanity over here in the challenge. You have no choice but to sit and wait and be patient. And yes, there is a level of despondency that's coming through here with this, you know, Four of Cups sideways. It's minor, but the despondency feels like it's coming from a place of frustration around not being able to know exactly where to place your intuition, or be able to hear your intuition clearly and know how to move it forward, right? So in your future energies with this Knight of Cups and this Page of Swords, okay, although we go from a knight to a page, the page is demonstrating your investigative qualities. You're following through with this Hangman energy. You realize that with this Temperance here, that you have been, regardless whether or not you want to be, even though you put yourself in hermit mode in your power, you've been forced into a pause. You've been forced to be patient even when you're anxious to move forward. And so you're embracing the understand. You will be taking this present energy where you're forced into a pause and embracing the pause through the Hangman, because understanding that everything has a purpose. Even every blockage we go through in life, whether it be us, you know, getting fragmented messages, fragmented downloads, unclear perspective, not knowing where to garner our energy and pull it in and nurture that and care for it, move forward with it. Like, you've got the energy in the past, like there was the will. There was definitely the will and the drive to follow through with something, but there was no direction. It was directionless will. So now you're having to pull back, pause, sieve through the confusion to find your ultimate truth, the Ace of Swords and the Hermit. Because if you can't find the truth outside of you, your best option is to look within you, right? Focus on what you know. And go through the emotions and the workings of that and sit in the discomfort, but you understand, or you're getting to the understanding, or this reading will help you to get to the understanding that it is all about how you need to shift your perspective. And with the Knight of Cups here, I feel like there's a leap between, you know, acting from a logical place to therefore acting from a heart space. And that is part of the new perspective, is that your heart needs to be in it. So if you want to obtain this 10 of Pentacles, you know, that you've been working so hard for, but you want to actually see the results versus feeling like you're stuck in a loop, then it needs to not be a logical movement forward, a logical plan, as much as it needs to be a heartfelt plan. Follow your passion, follow your drive. And that's why this Knight of Swords downgraded to the page, because this allows you to get curious. This is telling you to get curious around these new perspectives. Broaden your intellect in a way of looking for alternative routes, you know, like maybe there's a different path from point A to point B. You'll still get there in the end, but maybe it's not what you thought it was, and maybe leading with your heart with this Knight of Cups here is the right way to go. Okay, yeah, just gonna throw one more on this future energies. No, yes, okay, sorry, no, I was gonna pull an oracle card, and yeah, I'll pull an oracle card, but I'll put one more on this future energies here for you, and then I'll pull advice. Okay, one more on future energies, please, for Virgo. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. Again, a lot of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. It's you're finally starting to see progress with this perspective shift. Like, it's happening. Thank you. Oh, that was a lot. King of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles again, and Three of Cups. Okay, something to celebrate. And I like that we go from the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse to the King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I'm going to be mindful of them, but I'm going to leave them out right now, like out of the spread. Because yeah, this Seven of Pentacles, clarifying all this, shows that like you have already laid the foundation. So you've done the base work, right? And but you know, the Eight of Pentacles being in your challenge, it's the mastery and the progress that needs this new perspective shift. Because I feel like back when you were laying the foundation of all this, you thought it was going to go a certain way and it was going to be a clear-cut process, but somehow something, and let me find words for that sound, something pushed you off your path. Something happened, which it does. And when I say push you off your path, I mean push you off the path that you decided for yourself. It wasn't pushing you off the path you're supposed to be on, because that's the universe's job to lay that out for you and make it available to you. And so with all this major arcana, I feel like you're getting that nudge to go in the direction the universe has laid out for you. You'll still end up at the same place in the end, but clearly there's a lesson along the route the universe is providing for you that you need to learn, or within this process, there's a lesson that you need to learn that, you know, maybe along the way you didn't assume was going to come about. Obviously, we don't necessarily always go seeking our lessons, right? They're kind of imposed on us at the right time. And so whatever journey that started all this, that you were working towards, that you have been working towards, has been moving you along the way you want to go. And the universe is like, oh, hey, this is a perfect opportunity for me to teach Virgo this thing that they need to learn. So let's just give them a little detour. Okay, one of these oracles. Thank you. Ooh, day and night. Okay. Oh, I set that box up weird. Day and night. What is it? Oh, number one. The very first one. Fool energy. Okay. I love how these just work in. Uncertainty, fear, worry, decisions to be made, follow your instincts. I think that kind of sums up everything maybe I don't even need to read the rest of this, because I believe I used all of those words, except for your instincts right now are coming through with broken perception, or in the past anyway, but they're coming through again properly. Okay, the girl we see on this card is holding the sun in her hands while the moon is at her back. If you can see it, if you can't, I vouch for that. She looks uncertain, as if she has a question in mind but does not know the answer. I swear to God, you can't make this shit up. What is she thinking about? Is she afraid of the answer or the inward process to find it? Many of us struggle with making decisions, but where there is shadow, there is also light. After the dark, there is always the light of the morning sun. Warming the path, warming, not warning, warming the path we have chosen. This card reminds us that we already hold all the answers in our hands. We should trust our inner judgment and know we will be able to handle any situation. So yes, even if this is, I mean, that was just like on the nose. Even if with this Temperance and this Four of Cups and you're in this pause moment right now, what did that say? Trust your inner judgment. Maybe the hermit mode that you've put yourself in to continue with the metaphor, is you moving yourself into a place of the proper reception you need to feel your intuition come through properly, right? And gain that new perspective. But this does feel very heart-centric in a way, like as far as your outcome is concerned, and I really appreciate that. But let's get some advice from the universe. And yeah, I'll use these guys. And we'll see what the universe has to say. That card could not have been more perfect. Wow, night and day. And that's the Oracle of Mystical Moments deck that I was using there. Oh, I just knocked the Seven of Pentacles off the table. I'm not going to get it. We know this was there. I don't feel like bending over. It's one of those days, Virgo. You're just a little lazy. I'll pick it up when I stand up. I don't feel like bending over. Also, I've noticed in all my videos, when I do bend over, I make a very horrible sound that I won't subject you to. Okay, but yes, we know it's there. So you've laid the foundation for this. Like, you're on the right path, okay? Thank you. More, please. Advice for Virgo. Oh, now I have to bend over. One more, please. Oh, try to keep that one on the table. Okay, the moon at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so yes, this is something that's hidden. Temperance again, so patience. Knight of Cups again. And let's go find that other card. King of Pentacles. All of these cards we have seen already. I'm just going to pick up the Seven of Pentacles. It's here and I don't want to step on it with my grubby boots. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles, and Temperance. Your advice from the universe. To me, that is saying that, like, it's a follow your heart to your stability, but understand that patience is required. But you do have the power to alchemize. That is Temperance, right? It is 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on the land. And I like that balance right now. I think I might actually title your reading that. Day and night, water, land, with the moon at the bottom here. There is something with the Hangman that's telling me that there's something that you haven't quite seen yet. So the patience is necessary to alchemize something. There is a perspective that if you lean more into your heart to fulfill the stability that you are looking for with the pentacles and the tangible earthly, because that's all where you can put your energy, right? Love, work, like anything physical, like your time is covered by pentacles. So all of that just requires you, the Temperance is telling you, in order to achieve that. Okay, let's start that sentence over again. Scratch that. Try it again. In order to achieve that King of Pentacles, that fruitful, abundant life in whatever capacity you want to apply it to, in all capacities of your life, or, well, I guess with the Ten of Pentacles, it would be all capacities of your life. It is going to require a level of alchemy from you, and I feel that is balancing your emotions with your logic between the swords that are on the table here and your practical approach to it. And so the insight is coming through because of the Temperance here, that there's I think both of these cards illustrate it quite beautifully. So maybe zoom in on these if you need to. There is a very divine element to these cards, a very ethereal element to the Temperance card. Like, I mean, it is technically supposed to be Archangel Michael. And maybe Michael has the answers. Maybe pray to Michael a little bit more than you normally do. And because there's this balancing act with water, specifically emotions and water, that will help lead you to, with this Nine of Cups again, or Knight of Cups again, and the Knight of Cups over here. And the Moon also, it is a Pisces card. I read it as a Cancer card. Either way, it's a water sign, because the Moon rules Cancer. But there is this depth that needs to be uncovered. And the Moon is also very intuitive. So, you know, the High Priestess energy might be coming in, poor reception, but the Moon could be coming in very clear. So a lot of your, and that Night and Day card, a lot of your insight could be coming through at night. Anyway, I think I've hammered this point home. It's all about your perspective, change your perspective, but being open and receptive to receive it. Oh my goodness, Mercury retrograde. Being open and receptive to receive it. And then underneath the Moon, I've got the Page of Swords again, which is, it's an inquisitive card, right? And we've got it over here. So you got to go hunting. You got to go searching for it. You got to seek it. You have to actively put the energy in. You can't just wait and sit for it to come to you, you know? And maybe that's also why the High Priestess isn't coming in too clearly, is because, you know, you can't just sit around and wait. You got to actively show the universe that you're willing to try. And so putting that energy out there in whatever, doing research, finding out new things, you know, whatever it may be, self-help, this, that, the other thing, in order to, you know, conversations with new people, maybe trying a new therapist if the one that you have isn't working for you, something, anything along those lines. These are just hypotheticals, but trying a new approach is doing research and will only help you achieve your goal. So good luck to you, Virgo. This looks really good, and I like the energies that are available for you, because this is all very promising. And I look forward to checking in with you again in whenever that is. All right. Good luck. Love you. Speak to you later. And yeah, I'm going to fight with my remote now for a little bit. So bye. Oh, like, share, comment, subscribe, please. Comment, please. Let me know how what this is for you. Please, if this resonates. Okay. Now that's all. Bye.